So as we go through the next 10 minutes or so here, we really ask the brands here to really put yourselves in the local user's shoes, right? Think about their day-to-day. What do they do, not only from running a business, but also how they're interacting with your platform and the programs that you have in the platform. First, introduction, Laura.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Laura. I'm a VP of Client Partnership. So what that essentially means is I send lots of emails. But honestly, I don't really do much here. Just stand on stage. But I'm just kidding, Amalia. I'm actually a very business-critical, revenue-generating agent who drives long-standing client relationships and the utmost client satisfaction. Keep that in mind. But in all honesty, I lead a team here that makes sure you guys still like us after you sign the contract. My main role. So, Kevin, what do you do?
I am the SVP of Local Marketing Activation. So my team, myself, we work with all of your local users, the dealers, the retailers, agents, brokers, of all the programs that you've introduced for them to opt into. So some of my main KPIs are co-op utilization, dealer adoption, dealer satisfaction, and dealer retention.
I'm just going to go off this. You can just take it from here.
This is
really qualified. Let's go.
All right, so number one, we're going to have 5 key takeaways. If it doesn't drive revenue, it doesn't get used. So when we say an end user, what we mean is the individual closest to the revenue. Again, a dealer, agent, retailer, a tech partner, that local marketer who's marketing in their local market. Again, different industries that we've talked about this week, it's the same pressure, right? The local marketer wants growth. You as the brand want growth from the programs you're putting in front of them. But they don't log into the platform because it's organized. They log in because they believe that it's something that's going to help them sell. So let's make this a little bit tangible, right? You have a partner, they're logging in, they're going to see brand guidelines, they're going to see the asset library, they're going to see compliant documents. What are they going to do? I think Haram said it earlier.
They're going to log out.
Probably going to leave, right? So now picture a local user coming in. I have $4,250 of funds that are expiring, right? I have a button that says launch my campaign. Hey, I have a dashboard that says my last campaign generated 18 leads. They're not going to close that. Right? That's the difference between the portal and a growth engine.
I love that. So number 2, always on, not one and done. So leaning into the even revenue driving programs, they're going to fade without visibility. Your partners are juggling multiple vendors. We know that in the technology space. They have multiple portals, if I can talk today, that they're logging into, and they even have their day jobs. We talked about this. They're not marketers in lots of aspects. And so if the next step doesn't surface to them, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. And that's true across everything you run, from incentives like co-op and MDF to all the lovely, beautiful marketing assets you put out there and campaigns that might not get utilized. And so if your program's invisible and not visible, they're not going to see it. And so that's what really drives engagement, is you hear this as the common theme today, is simple, timely communications. And all of that being tied to money, because we all love money. Amalia said it today with the Benjamins. And really tying it back to the next best action. So like Kevin said, fund balances, expiring dollars, new recommended campaigns that you're putting out there, approvals, quick performance highlights. And really how you present that does matter. So you have that simplistic homepage where you have tiles, clear messages, banners, and saying, here's the next thing you should be doing. And that's just as important as those emails, which we know everyone loves. And these aren't just blasts. They aren't just like a spray it out there to your ecosystem. They're revenue nudges to your partners and your agents and your dealers and whatever you may call them. And that really makes it simple for the end user. One click, that's what we want. Make it more efficient for your team. And the most unused incentives and marketing assets really aren't motivation problems. They're communication problems that we have.
Like it. Number 3, the reality is they don't live in your platform. They're not exploring it necessarily. They're in the platform to do one thing, that's execute, right? So if they have limited time, clear priorities, if launching a campaign is multiple screens, right? It requires multiple sections of the platform. They have to download content. Perhaps they need the dreaded approval. What are they going to do? And what we see is engagement slows. So again, working across all industries, two key things. It's the clarity and simplicity of the experience. So takeaway here, ask yourself what behaviors are actually driving revenue in your program, right? Can a local user come in, see their funds, right? Can they come in and see that they have a campaign that they can activate? Or do they work with someone, perhaps on my team, they know that I know Kyle, I trust Kyle, I'm gonna call Kyle. He's gonna help me activate my campaign because he's done it so many times before, right? So takeaway, identify a few actions that matter most, make those simple, and the old adage is if everything feels important, then nothing is gonna get prioritized.
That's a great thing. I know we all have laundry lists of to-dos that are getting built bigger by the day. So number 4, and I think this is another theme. I keep on hearing this, surveys with all your ecosystems. And if we don't ask our partners what's working and what's not, you're guessing and you're assuming. And we all know what that means. So I also like to tag on this, like asking is not enough. Engagement increases when the partners see what they tell you in action. And they want to have it simpler, more efficient, more effective, and all within that user experience. So you asked for faster approvals, we limited the amount of people in the approval process. You asked for fewer surprises, we made our guidelines easier. You asked for less friction, we reduced duplicate steps. And when you can't change something, because you always can't in all places, be as transparent as you can. So is it a finance reason? Is it a compliance reason, governance, whatever that may be? And try to get that out there to your partners. Because what's that is going to do is build that trust. And once your partners have that trust, that's really going to drive engagement and going to close that loop on that feedback.
Great.
So Kevin, bring us home with 5.
Number 5, right? You're never on your own. This is the local user is never on their own. I think we heard it a little while ago. Friction is going to kill the engagement. No matter how clean your platform is, complexity is going to show up. Think about the wide spectrum of your local users, the super DIYer who can do everything in the platform, to the ones that don't even know they have a platform, right? How do we meet that experience for everybody? So when someone is stuck in a revenue impacting moment, that support experience is critical. If they have to hunt for help, perhaps wait some time for a response, we're gonna see that engagement drop, right? So what builds confidence is visible and responsive support, clear SLAs, real-time chat, maybe some responsive email. Again, that recognizable name that they know that they can trust. My funds are expiring tomorrow. I need to activate. What do I do? I can call Kyle, right? So partners remember the human who's helped them get things done. And what we say is support isn't really a backup plan. It's critical to be part of the solution, the product, the program, and your platform.
And I think this is the only session where we haven't said AI.
We have not said AI.
We have not.
It's about humans.
So I was told that a sound bath wasn't in the AV budget today, so this portion's not going to hit as well as I'd like it to, but we're going to do it anyways. So as you're sitting there at your tables and you think about your own program, like Kevin said earlier, ask yourself, does it clearly drive revenue? Is the communication always on? Are the actions simple? Does partner feedback turn into visible change? And does support feel human and efficient? And if the answer is yes to all of these, you're not chasing engagement. Congratulations, you're designing it. And tomorrow or today or next week, if your partners described your program, would they say it helps them grow? Or it's just another system they have to manage and spend those, 3 or 5 weeks toggling between tabs within their browser? And so that difference is engagement. And with that, we are off the stage and we are done. We're handing it back to Paul to close us out.
Thank you.